Coach Saban is stopping over to the Coca-Cola patio and visiting. Coach,
how are we doing?
You know, I'm doing great. You look fantastic.
I don't know about all that.
I mean, every time I see you since retirement, you look more and more rested.
Well, it's easier when you don't have to work 14 hours a day.
Yeah. So what you're filling time? You know, I know you're still got a lot going on, but it's nothing compared to what it was.
No, but it's I enjoy it. You know, being on game day keeps me involved in the game, and it's a different perspective. You know, when you're coaching a team, you kind of look at everything through a straw, and doing this, you kind of look at everything from 1,000 feet, and it's really kind of interesting. Gives me something to do. Doing the draft is a lot of preparation and work, so that gave me something to do, and I speak here and there and everywhere, so doing really well. You know, Miss Terry gave me 10 commandments of retirement the day I retired, and in 1 week she said, obviously 10's not enough.
There's a lot of truth in that. So when you were doing the game day, working with Corso and being his last year, what was that like?
Well, Lee Corso is a phenomenal person. He's a real professional. Has been a part of the show and the tradition of the show for, 20-some years, and we're all going to miss him. But I think that, it was his decision to do that. He's going to be on one more show with us, which we all look forward to. But just a great guy, and, great for the game of college football, and has been great for a lot of fans for a lot of years. And I think tradition of him, putting that mascot helmet on at the end of, every show is something that everybody looks forward to.
That's not going to be your job now, is it?
I hope not.
I mean, somehow I just don't see you in that role.
I don't either. That's probably not my decision.
Yeah. So you're saying they could ask? All right. Here comes Barkley now to turn our interview upside down.
Hey, Charles.
Charles.
How you doing, buddy? Good to see you.
Charles, I'm talking to Coach Saban. You're just walking up in here right in the middle of it. I mean, we're having our own discussion.
Well, you're talking to the greatest ever, so I just want to listen. I might learn something.
I don't think so.
You saying that you're going to listen and learn?
Yeah, that's part of being successful in life. You can always learn. That's one of the problems. Some of these fools out here think they had learned everything. You can always learn no matter how old you are.
Yeah. Well,
when you get to the point where you don't think you need to learn anything, you're a loser.
No, that's true. Yeah. I mean, I'm sitting here at 60, and I'm still in meetings. People tell me that I need to improve.
You look older than 60, just for the record.
That's one thing about being retired.
Yes.
Yeah. Is I've been able to learn a lot about other things.
Yes.
For years and years and years, all you did was coach and worry about coaching and players and developing and recruiting and all that. But now you have time to learn about the construction business, our businesses, meet interesting people. It's been
you're
been
great on television too. It's been fun watching you.
Well, you're my favorite.
Thank you, Coach. It's fun just because you've been so guarded, rightfully so, because dealing with the media, which I'm part of. I love when they say that's what he said, but this is what he meant. I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I said what I meant.
You always have said.
Yeah, you don't get to tell me, I love it when they do that. No, man, he said what he meant. Don't tell me what you think he meant. It drives me crazy, but you're doing a fabulous job.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
It was odd to see you as part of the media, Coach, and we talked about that last year. But you seem, I don't, you as a coach, it sounds like you have been able to say, I know what it's like down there, and I'm going to handle this job the way I wish people would have. I never hear you being overly critical. I mean, you give your opinion, but has that been hard?
Well, I think the media has a tremendous responsibility to help fans sort of understand the game better, understand what's happening out there better. And I think, my perspective has never been to create news. It's been just to try to be informative so people have a better understanding of it and use some of the experiences that I had to, kind of relay that on to them.
Do you think Charles would be coachable?
Oh, yeah. I think
man, anybody who's successful is coachable.
That's right.
Don't forget that.
That's right.
The only people who are uncoachable are people who are not successful. Don't forget that. Great players want to be coached.
Right.
I always laugh when when players get together, the coach don't like me. I'm like, man, would you please shut the hell up? No coach ever says, hey, you know what? I'm just not going to play my best player because I don't like them.
You're right. Yeah.
No, man, you need to listen.
Right.
That dude wants his job. He gonna put the best players. Like I say, when you go into television, you have to be like, okay, I've always thought like a player, but now I got to be like the adult in the room. Like I got to be fair.
Right.
And when the players get together, like, man, the coach don't like me. I'm like, okay. I'm like, you're right. Coach don't like you. Then when you grow up, you're like, so you think the coach was saying, no, I'm not worried about my job.
Right.
I just want to screw you.
Right. I'm focused on you.
I'm focused on you.
I've got this new strategy to not play the best players.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's a new strategy. They got a name for people like that. They call them unemployed.
Yeah. One thing that Charles makes a good point that people always ask me, spending 8 years in the NFL, what it was like to coach pro players, and they all think that it's a bad experience. But what you say is very true. Those guys, a lot of them are really, really good players, and they really want to be coached, and it was never an issue, to coach guys. If they thought you could create value by what you could teach them and help them do, they were all in, man, and I loved it.
Well, it's good to see both of you, and I know you got to go to the range. Charles, good to see you. Good to see you again.
It's going to be a great day. I'm playing with the greatest ever, and it's going to be an honor and a privilege.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to it.
No pressure. Thank you both for taking time to hang out with me today. It means a lot because I know y'all usually running higher cotton than this, as my mama would say. We'll be back.
This is the Rick Burgess Show.